We need slimmed-down channel packages that better respect what we really want to watch. And we need to find ways to provide greater value for television viewers at lower cost, because people are tired of always escalating rates. Again, I thank you for being here today, and I greatly respect Senator Kerry and the interest he's shown in this whole area.
He wants to decide what type of news you see. He says, oh, we need to decide what type of news we want to see, but it's going to be the government deciding. You know, how about all the tax money you take from us for PBS and NPR with your fake liberal pro-war garbage and your pro-tyranny garbage? I mean, you listen to NPR, they talk with a lisping, you know, snake-like voice to calm you, kind of like that snake, what's his name, Kaa, in the Jungle Book. Let's go to YouTube and pull up a short clip of Kaa trying to hypnotize Mowgli. Of course, we're more like Shere Khan. It doesn't work on those of us that aren't weak-minded. Shere Khan just reaches out and grabs him by the throat when he's trying to hypnotize him. The snake's trying to look at him. Got the pinwheels going. Come on, go under my mind control, go under my mind control. And the tiger just grabs him by the throat and says, it doesn't work. See, we need to get to the point when they try to hypnotize us for it to irritate us and make us angry and focused. To quote Emperor Palpatine, use your aggressive feelings, boy. I mean, we have these aggressive feelings for a reason, to stand up against tyrants and thugs. Now, joining us via video Skype is a man who needs no introduction, Gerald Celente of the Trends Research Institute. I want to talk about the economy. I want to talk about the lame duck Congress trying to openly saying they want to shut down talk radio, Fox News, openly saying they want to censor the internet, openly passing the food safety bill out of committee, and they say it's a done deal now. In a larger package of bills they have the votes on. Reuters says it's probably going to pass now. It's all happening right now. I mean, it is bonkers. But I believe for 3 weeks, this TSA issue is a focal point to teach us that we can rebel and say no, and that we have dignity. And now mainstream media is even saying that. It's the biggest story in the world right now. Going into week number 3, we did it together. Gerald Celente, what do you think of what's happening with the TSA?
Well, you're right. It's a worldwide issue. I just got back from France and England, and I can tell you that when you go take the channel from England to France, you don't get groped. They don't harass you like they do here. And it's become an international issue because a lot of my European colleagues and friends don't want to come to the United States because they don't feel like being harassed as we all are all being subjected to. So at a time when our business and tourism industry is starting to regain some strength, the TSA and the brains in Washington are making sure that they're going to nip it in the bud, if you will, because a lot of people don't want the bud felt. And I, for one, I'm a heterosexual guy, and I like women, and I don't want any guy playing with me. So I'm one of those people that opt out rather than because I'm concerned about the over-radiation. And I think it's only some nitwit bureaucrat from the TSA or some, Washington wanker could have come up with this scheme to have guys feel up other guys. I mean, and then you're supposed to take it, oh, that's okay. Yeah, let some guy in your staff over there, Alex, start playing around with your jewels to see if you're hiding anything under them. I mean, who made this up?
Well, look, I mean, if my dad, gets in my space, which never really happened, but by the time you're 16, dad gets in your space, and then you have that classic confrontation with dad. I don't like family getting in my space. I don't like my neighbor getting in my space. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a tough guy, but quite a few times in high school and college, some bully'd get in my face, and I'd go ahead and break their nose. I mean, this isn't in your space. This is hands down your pants now. Have you seen them confirm that?
I was sitting next to a woman. I just came back from Las Vegas this week, and she was 80-something years old, and she's a diabetic. They saw needles in her package. They gave this woman a pat down, and they humiliated her. First, they wanted to do it in public, and then they took her to the private room. But they made her leave her shoes way back near the machine over there. I mean, this is what's going on. You got a bunch of losers over here that couldn't get a job at McDonald's because they're probably too stupid to flip a burger, and now they have feeling people up. I mean, who made up this stupid thing? And as we wrote in our last trend alert, and we knew it back when it happened, that guy, what's his name, Chertoff, the guy from TSA that used to be the Homeland Security czar?
I mean, his name is Michael Jerkoff, yes.
Yes, and what he did is he went around after the underwear bomber back on Christmas Day was going to ignite himself. He then made the media rounds everywhere. That slimy little weasel.
And they never pointed out that he heads up the company and gets the money.
That's right. He's now a consultant, the Jerkoff Group, and he one of his clients is Rapiscan, the people that make this thing.
Yes, Rapiscan, yes.
Yes. And so this is never mentioned by the mainstream media who sucks up, bows down, and kisses up to these clowns. So the whole thing is a scam.
But now it's falling in. Now the big Orlando airport's saying they're not going to do it because it's not a law. They just invited the thugs in. Now we had the DA on. Other DAs are moving, and now they're dispatching sheriff's deputies there to look for the crime, and they're going to charge them with felonies. This is breaking news.
Yeah. So listen, so any guy that goes to the airport that doesn't want to be felt up by another guy, say, listen, I want a woman to check me out. I mean, who's to say? Who made up the law that a guy has to stick his hand in my pants? If somebody's going to feel me up, I want a woman. And if she's not even pretty, I'll close my eyes and maybe I can have a happy ending. Who knows?
All right, that's enough. Family show, a little out of control. But we have to talk about this because the government, I mean, I had a radio talk show host on. He goes by O-Doctor, and I had him on, and it made international news. Tuesday, it was the biggest story in the world, according to Alexa, because Drudge Report top link, the big giant link. I mean, I've never seen such traffic. Our servers were just groaning. And, I mean, Drudge is king. I mean, I've been linked, New York Times, nothing. I've been all over CNN websites, nothing. I've been linked, top of Google, nothing. Or a little something. Compared to Drudge, that nothing can compare. And that was important news because we showed what happened to him and local newscast where they now, it's always more, Gerald. They stick the hand in the front of the pants, and actually squeeze the man or the woman's privates to make sure it's real, and then they stick it behind you in the crack. I hate to get into this, folks, but it's what the government's doing. We have to talk about it. I mean, this is an act of submission. It's an act of domination, breaking our will. And I guarantee you, people didn't say no here, Gerald. Next, it's going to be cavity searches. What's going to happen when some lunatic, Muslim extremist that the government jacks up on drugs and protects like the underwear bomber and gets them on the plane with a hand grenade inside of them? Now we're going to have proctology exams at the airport?
Well, the reason why this is bringing such outrage, and by the way, congratulations on all the media that you're getting on this, and I saw you on Drudge, of course, as well. The reason there's so much outrage is that the people are directly being affected by it. They could feel it, literally. And that's why there's no outrage going on against these wars that are slaughtering hundreds of thousands of people and draining our treasuries of trillions, because they did away with the draft. So the people aren't affected by it. When you're affected by it and you feel it, then you revolt. And that's what's going on now, and that's why this is such a critical issue.
Well, Gerald,
every person knows that the TSA and Washington has gone over the line.
Gerald, just to be clear, and I'm not tooting your horn or my horn, just you need credit for this, but I'm not bragging that this is the biggest story. I'm excited because this is the biggest story, and it's not Lindsay Lohan or O.J. Simpson robbing a hotel room. This is a news about a rebellion, about a waking up, about the light switch going on. And you said 4 or 5 months ago, you said that by December, the Depression would be evident. You said that there would be more of a rebellion and that people would accelerate their awakening. You didn't know the trigger. You just saw it in the cards. And some have said now that we're in the middle of November, I get emails, they go, where's the total depression? Where's the total collapse? Well, again, if you specifically look at what you said the depression and the implosion would become evident. Look at the dollar. Look at gold. Look at them having to legalize taking houses without having a deed. We are in an implosion. I mean, we're already here. So I believe you're 99.9% right, and we're going to see now in the next month exactly what happens. But we're seeing the accelerated anger manifest. We're seeing the media go from not saying double dip to going, yeah, this is kind of a depression. So they're trying to push false reality that everything's great, and only some people are buying it. What's your statement on that?
Look what's going on overseas. Look what's going on over in Ireland, Spain, Portugal, Greece. There's a depression going on. There's a currency crisis going on. The bank debt alone in Ireland is worth 50% of Ireland's GDP, just the bank debt. There's no getting out of it. And people are jumping out of the euro and into the dollar, out of the dollar into the euro. Yeah, how about jumping out of the Titanic and into the Lusitania? And that's why gold prices are going through the roof. That's why silver prices are going up. Anybody that believes that what the government is telling them, hey, they should believe the TSA as well. No, this thing is collapsing. What do they need, to get hit over the head?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, I made a video 2-3 months ago where I said, world worships LeBron James while economy collapses. And I see comments in the 500,000 views. Most of the people agree. It's like 95% agree, less than 5% disagree. In the thumbs up, thumbs down. You can go check it. But, or at least last time I looked at it, the point is, some are going, this guy said we'd have a collapse. Where is it? I mean, don't people understand that it's just rotting like a fish? It takes a week or two to do it. It's rotting. The maggots are coming out of it in front of us, and some of them are still in denial. But as you said, the good news is more and more people aren't in denial.
Yes, I was on Fox a couple of weeks ago, right before Election Day. And they asked me, what would the elections bring about? What change? And I said, well, the change would be basically the same as if the Gambinos took over for the Bananos. One crime family after another. And you can see the makeup of the House and the Senate, and it's a crime family. The Republicans and the Democrats. And then they had this guy on there, as I was talking about the problems in the economy. This little wimpocrat, what's his name? Combs. Remember Hannity and Combs? Well, the Combs that's left. And he goes, well, I had this guy on my show before, and he's nothing but an alarmist. Oh, yeah, I'm an alarmist. Listen, everybody out there, follow Obama, follow Bush, follow your leader, follow Bonner, follow Pelosi, follow Frank, follow McConnell, and follow them over the cliff. Because if you think that they got the answers, I have news for you. You're a loser. You're a loser if you follow Bernanke, if you believe Greenspan. If I had a track record as bad as Bernanke's, I would have been laughed out of business 30 years ago. And here's what Bernanke said. In 2005, he said, there won't be any real estate crisis. Home prices have never fell in this country nationwide. And then he said, right in the midst of the subprime problem as it began in 2007, oh no, it's not a big deal and it won't spread.